Hello, greetings and salutations. How the hell are you? All the formalities. Make it go your way, or I hope it is. So, on the last exciting episode of Kurt Fixes Elijah, the 1995 GMC k1500 Sierra 5-speed 4-wheel drive, fully loaded and ready for action. I was going to do a few things to the truck, and I did. I got some parts ordered for a window. Means it'll be able to go up and down. And I just got through getting the driver door fixed for the moment. It now opens and closes very good. The problem with these trucks, let me show you. The problem with these trucks is these doors weigh a ton. And you have this thing called leverage, right? So when you open something this big and heavy, it's only holding on by the hinge pins in here. And leverage and gravity makes it wallows out the holes after a while. I got to get some bushings or something for that top pin because it wallows it out and it makes the hole bigger, and it doesn't close straight like it's supposed to, and then it starts messing with the door. Okay, so I got this thing fixed, and I'm going to show you. I took the window out too. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you back to my place and show you the bare bones of the door. Alright, so we're going to open this. Opens good. Now if you watch closely, you'll see that it kind of went down. When I close this, it's going to kind of scoot up, but it's going to close now. Watch. Real smooth. Real smooth. No force required. And it opens. And then well, that was a little too light. You got to kind of, there you go. Alright, so I'm going to show you the stuff inside the door. Now, if you've never been inside the door, had your door panel off, this is what it looks like without a window. I have put my window in my back seat so it wouldn't get damaged. Be careful if you take your window out. They are fragile. They are glass. They will break. They will shatter into a million pieces. You will get hurt. You will get your hands cut up and all kinds of things. So basically, what I did, and I'll put it where you guys can see it. There's a latch in there. There's our door handle right there. One bolt right there. And then another bolt right here. Now you take that off, and then you've got a linkage. So you've got two linkages. One of them on mine is broke. It goes to the lock. The lock one is broke. You can't lock this door from the outside. And if you lock it from the inside, you're going to have to unlock it from the inside. I don't care nothing about fixing that. My point is, here's your latch mechanism, okay? And I'm so sorry about the sun causing a glare. Behind this window frame rail is where you would stick this linkage. And it looks kind of like this, except it's real short. And that linkage hooks into your latch right behind this part. You can't see it, but it's there, okay? You got to have faith it's there. So the best way I can tell you to do this is to take, if you're doing this, you would take your door handle out first with those two bolts, and then you would kind of wiggle the linkage out of it. You'll pull it straight up, and then it'll come out this side. Okay, you have a gasket around the door handle. Okay, and then when you go to put it back in, you would make sure there's a spring clip on a little arm that is on this side, on the inside, that actuates ultimately actuates the latch. Okay, and so you would put that linkage on here, and then you would fish this stuff in there and push it down into the latch mechanism. So when you do this, it actuates it. You can open your door, and there's one for your key cylinder too. That one stays in the door as far as I'm concerned. And when you get it in here, you kind of, before you bolt it down, you kind of shove it on the key cylinder. I don't know, mine's broke, so I didn't do that part. So you got to take all your wiring loose too. And it helps if you remember how it goes. I have a rough idea at least. But this is the locking part of mine. And this one actually actuates, this rod actuates the handle from the inside. So, and all this stuff, these two plug into your door lock switch. These two right here. And then there's one that goes to your power door lock motor right there. Then you got a light. That one wasn't hooked up, so I gotta figure out where that goes. And then there's gonna be some speaker. Let me find them for us. Yeah, right here, somewhere around here. There are two things for your speakers, okay? And I can't find them right now, but you're gonna have to take my word they're there somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, just take my word for it. Oh, here we go. Okay, these two right here, they would plug onto your speaker. Okay, and if we look down here, we can find bits and pieces of our roller, and it's all in there. It broke off of the one that was on this side. And so when I roll my window up, only the back side would go up, this side would not, so it would tilt forward. But one thing at a time. It doesn't really rain in Nevada. I'm going to put my tools back in my car that locks, though. And that's all I'm going to do today with it. And I have some rollers on order from AutoZone. I'm waiting on them to get here. When they get here, I can take this part of my window and I can work on getting the rollers back, and then that will fix the window. The door will be fixed, except for the lock cylinder, whatever. And yeah, that's about it for today. And oh yeah, this here's your other frame. You see that? It goes into basically that one. A bolt goes in that one, and a bolt goes up here. See them? There's one arm, they got threads on them. And this is how I found mine. And it seems like the best way to do this, until I go read about it to make sure that's right. Because it goes right there, and then it's out of the way of your window. And this stuff slides through your panel. If you put it back here, you have to go under your window and stuff. Your window won't touch it here because it goes on the other side. So that seems like the best idea. Because if you got something moving on them wires, you could cut that insulation and it'll ground to something metal, and you could have a fire, you could have an electrical problem. I've seen it. So yeah, so that's what's going on with the door. I'm so sorry about my crappy camera work. Normally I'm pretty good about it, I think, but yeah, not too hard. Then after that, I'm gonna try to find, I should probably just try to find another seat because this is broken, and what it is it won't catch and stop. So there's a wheel and there's a case behind it to hold it in a position. It's kind of comfortable, but it's actuating something, but I think the paws are broke on it. And the only thing I know to do without looking further into it, now this could have a zipper on the back for all I know, I'm not sure. I have to look at that. And you could unzip this, take this off, and you can work on your seat. Other than that, God, it just seems like you have to find some way to take this upholstery off. And then you could probably order a part if you could find it. But the seat works decently. All right. I'm going to take a break and then come out here and clean up my mess.